welcome to NHL Nightly with your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, a.k.a. the Sports Beard, along with Pearlo the NHL handicapper extraordinaire, and Rico in Barry, goal-scoring prop dynamo, and featuring the degenerate gambler Bostonian Mike.
Hey everybody, welcome to NHL Nightly. I'm your host, Jeremiah Maxwell. With me as always, Pearlo Wisdom, handicapper extraordinaire, and our degenerate Bostonian, Mike. What's up, Mike? Pearlo, how's it going?
Good evening, everyone.
Huh?
It's a good evening. It's late for me.
All right, cool. Did you guys get to watch any NHL action this weekend or tonight? Anything stick out to you over the weekend or?
Yeah, I watched all tonight's games. I was afraid about Calgary falling off, but man, that was really bad.
Well, they got screwed. They got that offside goal. They were tied the game up 2-2. I think it totally changes the game.
Yeah, they were getting beat up pretty good before that, though.
It would have been 2-2, Pearlo.
Now they got the Rangers tomorrow.
It doesn't change the game for the players on the ice.
Yeah, it does. But yeah, I was hoping, but I just have a feeling they're going to fall off.
So 3 power play goals from the Leafs finally, though, too, like their power play. It was only a matter of time that your $40 million power play comes alive and does something for you.
Yeah. But
and I saw a ton from Vic Politayan, who is the producer of Morning Cup of Hockey, and Zach Phillips, who does Leafs After Dark for Leafs Nation, and they were destroying the Leafs, destroying them. They didn't have any, don't play with any balls, don't play with any heart. And so I was kind of not surprised to see the Leafs come out, and, I think their fan base was just sick of it. Kipper and Bourne today, they didn't have anything good to say. So
hey, sometimes you go through a lull.
Get that fucking shit outside. You're not going to be growling in here.
Tampa Bay, they went through their little lull too. Sometimes it's just you got lulls in the season. Toronto media tends to.
I don't think Tampa's as good as everybody thinks they are.
I don't think so either. But they had a good season. They just went through a bit of a lull here. They do that often because they've been to the Stanley Cup Finals. This is a time when a lot of teams are like, okay, can we get the playoffs going already? Like, it's just it's a lull time. It's a lull time for like guys that are, especially for teams that are pretty much in it.
Yeah.
I don't know why Toronto fans are that heated. They're having a good year. They're in the playoffs. Like, they're going to be in.
Yeah, but they've just been sort of lackluster. They've also been fighting it. Hey, happy St. Patty's Day. I forgot it was St. Patrick's Day. We probably could have taken the day off. I wore green. What's the least I can do? I didn't realize. Sal, it's good to see you, man. Appreciate you. I didn't even I'm like, well, we don't really have very many people in tonight.
St. Patty's Day. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was like, everybody's out drinking. So over the weekend, I thought, I'm a little concerned with what Mike, I'm telling you, I still don't think you are. I know your percentages are going up, but you have 2 games in hand over. So Montreal's at 66 games played. They're 1 point behind you. If they win one of the games that they have in hand, they're ahead of you. Detroit has 1 game in hand on you. They're only 2 points behind. Now the Blue Jackets, they have just fallen apart. Our beloved Blue Jackets. That's the thing. The takeaway from the weekend for me and where were you, Mike, against Edmonton? Because you didn't look good in that game, and you should have had 6 power plays, and you had 4, and you could have. I don't know, Mike. It was not a very good performance from the New York Rangers. I watched it. I'm not very convinced if they do anything in the playoffs, but I don't think they're making it. I just think you have. Look, the Islanders are 2 games in hand. If they win their 2 games, they're tied with the Rangers in points. So, it's okay, Mike, you played 68 games. Every team behind you has played less. Montreal has played 66, Detroit 67, Columbus 67. The only team that's played more games than you that's behind you is the Boston Bruins and the Pittsburgh Penguins, and they're not making it. Jersey isn't falling out, Mike. They're 80 points. They're at 80 points. They're at 80 points today. They won today. You're at 72. I don't know what to tell you, Mike. Yeah, Charlie, how's it going, buddy? I think the Winnipeg Jets probably going to lock up the top spot, but Winnipeg and Washington are real close in points, but it looks like Winnipeg's probably going to win the President's Cup. So Jersey's played 70 today. Okay, with the win that they got, they're at 82 points. 82 points. That's 10 ahead of you, Mike. You know math, right? There's only we're less than a month away from the season being over. So, yeah, you got to play some really good hockey. And New Jersey, by the way, is 5-5 in their last 10. You're 4-4-2. How are you going to pass somebody when you're basically playing 500 hockey? That's the way it goes. If you play 500 hockey down the stretch, which most teams do, you're going to end up in this position you're in right now. So, but you know who hasn't played 500 at last 10 games? The Montreal Canadiens, 7-1-2 in their last 10. Their top line looks really, really good. Mike, I'm telling you, I'm so fucking tired of Rangers fans telling me they're going to make it. We're just going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to wait and see. I don't know. I don't see it. I think Edmonton is not a playoff team if they play in the East, and you guys couldn't handle them. Anyway, takeaways from the weekend. I don't want to spend all day talking about the Rangers because they had a disappointing weekend, in my opinion. Yeah, they beat Columbus. I don't know what's happened to Columbus. They've been fucking god-awful. It's been brutal. So that's sucky to watch because, you know, everybody and their mother is rooting for Columbus to get behind. So, and Red Wings had a huge win against Peter Mrazek. Looks good. You know, we killed Yzerman for not getting a goalie, but he got Mrazek, and that's working out. So, yeah, I mean, Mike, I'll say this, Charlie, you should celebrate the President's Cup trophy. And I'm telling you what, people are sleeping on the Jets. If the Jets aren't in the conference finals, I'm going to be shocked. And look, if they aren't in the conference finals, they're either losing to Dallas or Colorado. I don't know. That was the game this weekend, though, right, guys? Colorado, Dallas. Did you guys watch that game on Sunday?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah. I had Colorado.
I tweeted out Colorado's the best team in the NHL right now, and then Dallas scored 2 goals in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's that's how it goes. Yeah. So
I think Detroit's issue is they got a rough schedule coming up. They're going on the road.
That's the key. That's the key is who's got the most difficult schedule. I believe the Rangers have a pretty top-heavy schedule too.
They started playing a 1-3-1 though, and they're not playing it all.
I did see that a little bit.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. I don't really get them on them for losing to the Oilers. They were on a back-to-back, 3 games in 4. It was a tough spot.
No, that's
I took the Rangers to win that game though because I didn't think the Oilers actually had the heart to win it, but they did win it. It was close.
They barely squeaked by they lost to New Jersey. They barely squeaked by the Islanders, who are essentially not a playoff team, but they're not eliminated. There's only one team eliminated. Who is it?
San Jose.
Sharks. The Sharks are done.
Yeah.
The Sharks are eliminated from the playoffs. Utah got a huge win against the Canucks, and I thought Quinn Hughes being back, they score the first goal, and then Utah scores the next 3. So, speaking of which, I got a new collection for the collection. He scored the empty netter.
Hey.
Kells.
Oh, yeah.
I now have every current NHL team, so we can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so Sal, I didn't say that the Jets can win it all, but I think the Jets will have a really good chance to be in the conference finals. So, but if Edmonton gets healthy, that Pacific side is weak. The Kings don't possess the puck. They don't score. They're struggling tonight against
Minnesota.
They're struggling, guys. They're struggling to score goals. They looked like Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals against the Capitals, though, on Saturday or Friday or whatever game that was. Like, ridiculous how good they looked. But, like, they can't score against the Wild. Are missing Eriksson Ek and Kaprizov. They're two best players. So I'm concerned. I think if the Kings get home ice advantage because they play so well at home, I think Hiller does a good job matching. They'll do a good job against the Edmonton Oilers, because that's probably going to be that first round matchup. I still think that the Vegas Golden Knights will, because like even their coach was like, we're just tired. We've played a lot. Yeah, Darkness, I'm with you. I'm with you. I am with you. I 100% agree. Mike, I love it if Kaprizov and Eriksson Ek were in the lineup. I would love that one. I would love it, but I don't know. So, I don't know. It's, like, let's go. It's like paint dry with these games now too, like, except for tonight, obviously the Flames get a late one after from who scored for the Flames late. Oh, they don't have it. They don't have it on the thing, but maybe it didn't count. Big E. How about them Avs? Big E. Those Avs. I said they were the best team in the NHL, and I tweet out there. Yeah, they were not good tonight, Mike. I could have taken a nap for sure. Everything was boring. The Leafs game was out of control. So, yeah, I mean, good for the Leafs. They finally showed the F up for their fans. Fucking finally. This is what this team should be doing all year. I'll tell you what, man. I still think Toronto could make some noise. Mike, what do you think? And I want to hear your opinions about Bruins game tonight. I know they lost in overtime, but they're scrappy. They're staying alive.
So, yeah, for the Leafs, I think that they're going to wake up. I don't think to get out of the first round. I'm convinced that city's cursed. You can laugh all you want, but I am. But I think the Leafs wake up. I think they'll get hot. I actually do think they'll somehow, some way catch Tampa. I'm checking now. They're only 2 points behind with the game in hand. I think they can catch the Lightning. I think they wake up. I think they lose in 7 to Tampa Bay round 1. But I think they'll get a lot hotter. I
think Toronto matches up well against Tampa Bay, and they are scared of them. And now that they have the defensive depth, they beat them in the playoffs a couple of years ago when they went. I was there. I saw. I think Toronto can play with Tampa Bay. I don't
mind being wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I do.
Yeah,
but
I'm on Toronto as it's Tampa Bay myself personally. But
Toronto
I can understand why you're not, because the stupid curse, like he said, like it's hard to take them because but they did make it past.
I can promise you what, and hey, Josh, it's great to see you, buddy. I'll say this. I think we can all agree this. If the Toronto Maple Leafs lose in the first round, they're going to look like a different team next year.
Probably.
So they are right now, they are with the win tied with Tampa Bay. Okay. They are tied with Tampa Bay at 83 points. Both played 63 games. I don't know what the head-to-head is. So I'm assuming that Tampa Bay has the edge there, but I mean, Tampa Bay is 6-3-1 in their last 10. They haven't just been dominating. Florida's 7-3-0 in their last 10. They lost Ekblad, and they lose that game late to that was the most surprising score of the weekend. They're up 2-0, and then they give up 4 unanswered.
Were you watching that game though?
No.
They were so leg dead that I bet the Islanders to win. Like, it was bad.
Oh, you noticed it right away.
Oh, yeah. It was like, they just ran out of gas completely.
Big E, I don't know who you are, but you're hilarious. He says, Kyle Dubas really said. I don't know, man. I actually really like the ads that Dubas did for the Penguins at the end there.
That Kolchanetic or whatever his name is. I like that guy.
Well, and then also getting Tommy Novak, who's like 3 years left on a RFA deal. That was a nice little pickup for them.
Was a nice pickup. I don't know why Toronto didn't play Timmins more than they did. He's a good player.
I like Timmins too. I like Timmins as a right shot D. I thought he was all right. I mean, as a third pair guy, he's not the worst. But if you're going to play Brandon Carlo in your third pair, which that's where he was listed tonight, yeah, Carlo's probably an upgrade. I also really surprised, and I have to ask you guys this. Yeah, okay, Darkness says Tampa Bay has more regulation wins, so they would be the home ice if Toronto and them end up with the same record. What is happening? Oh, I lost my train of thought. Oh, Minnesota just scored on the power play.
Oh, wow.
To go up 2-1.
Shoot. LA
Well, it's not over, man. 4:38 left to go. That was Mats Zuccarello. That guy's the ageless wonder. 100th career goal with the Wild. That guy's awesome. That guy. Charlie says Jets and Leafs for the Stanley Cup. LOL. Yeah, we'll see. Good night. Hey, have a good one, Josh. We appreciate you popping in. Yeah, former Ranger, former Stevie McDonald winner. I was there when he won the award. And wow, when did we go? 2016? I can't remember anymore. That was really cool to be there for that. And that was a cool one. How about Jesper Bratt being the most underrated player in the freaking league, man? That's my guy. Also really sad news. I actually got some sad news this weekend too. I had a friend pass away. Former Ranger, actually, Mike Thomas Kluchek passed away. Czech player died on the 16th of March yesterday in a skiing accident. Saw that. So Thomas Kluchek played for the Rangers, and he was 45 years old, played for the Rangers and the Atlanta Thrashers, I think. Yeah, brutal, man. So Czech player, Thomas Kluchek. Kluchek? I thought it was Kluchek. I might be saying that right. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know if you guys saw that news. That was all I had written down.
There's not much that has happened in the league right now. Trying to find some news here.
Yeah, it really what I had written. I spent 5 hours combing the thing. There was just nothing I wanted to talk about. We're kind of beyond the thing. I wanted to talk a little bit about with Mike, a little bit of the college hockey action this weekend, Mike. I know that this show isn't solely college, but we have the college hockey show on Fridays at 2 p.m. with me and Mike. Mike was at the BC Northeastern game on Saturday. Describe the atmosphere there in BC on Com Avenue when they get beat in the Big East tourney. Does not affect them. They're going to make the tournament. Like, so yeah, Avi, we're excited. All Arizona State's got to do is win the next game, right?
And they got State, I think they're 2 out of double check that. I think their conference is 2 out of 3, but they're not going to lower.
No, I don't think so.
They got to beat Denver and then the winner of Western Michigan, North Dakota. So they got 2 games left.
Okay.
But I mean, beating Western Michigan, it's beating Denver.
We've got games Thursday. The Big East Championship is Thursday.
I'll be there.
Yep. BU versus UConn. Oh, that's the semifinals. I'm sorry. BU versus UConn, Northeastern versus Maine.
Yep.
Are Thursday. And then are they playing the championship game?
Friday. And then I'll be in Lake Placid Saturday for the ECAC championship.
Oh, hold on. Hockey East is playing UConn and BU are playing on Thursday, the 20th, this week.
Yep.
And Northeast, and they're playing at 4 p.m. Eastern.
TD Garden.
Okay, and then Northeastern and Maine are playing each other at 7 p.m. And then the championship game is
Friday. It's supposed to be Saturday. The Garden messed up. No, the Garden messed up. Every year it's Thursday, Saturday, but they scheduled a concert this weekend, so the building is occupied. So they have to do Thursday, Friday.
That is the dumbest shit ever. It doesn't even list that, by the way. Why don't they do like Sunday?
The Bruins have a game. Because the Bruins are like, oh, we can't play Saturday because that's how it always is. I had my dad's the happiest man in the world. He got a free hockey ticket because I have something to go Friday and I can't go to a hockey.
So Friday we've got Dartmouth at Clarkson. Is that for the Ivy League?
That's the semifinals for the ECAC. That's in Lake Placid.
Okay, and then St. Thomas, Minnesota State.
That's
what did I miss? What else Thursday then? Okay? No, I didn't miss anything Thursday.
Yeah, there's Hockey East is the only one that does it on Thursday. Everyone else goes.
I thought Denver lost to Colorado.
Their best 2 out of 3 for that round.
Oh, okay, so Denver plays Arizona State. So we need Arizona State to beat Denver.
This is single limbs for them.
Nodak versus Western Michigan. Western Michigan whops the floor with Nodak. Yeah. And Avi's all or Denver. Nah, Denver dominated. No, Avi.
They won 9-2.
Oh, they won one game 9-2.
Yeah. But I mean, Colorado College forced it to 3.
Yeah. Colorado College won one of the games. I knew that. Okay. Bentley Holy Cross is Saturday, and Avi's all over. And then Ohio State, Michigan State. Is that the Big Ten championship?
Big Ten championship. One and done that one there.
Okay, and Michigan probably out, right? So we need Ohio State probably has to. Another goal. Marcus Johansson's just scored off a block shot. Looks like they blocked the shot and then got it up there or something.
Let me check it. I think Ohio State's kind of played themselves in.
This is a big win for Minnesota, by the way. Actually, kind of a big win for Edmonton, too, because I think Edmonton and LA have been kind of bouncing each other off. And I think if Edmonton has home ice, they win that series. I think if LA wins home ice, they win it. That's how closely I think those teams. And then Cornell, Quinnipiac, is that what conference? That's
the semifinal for the ECAC. So that's also a Placid.
And then when is the finals for the ECAC?
Saturday. And I will be there.
Saturday the 29th?
22nd.
Okay, but this is Sunday, Cornell, Quinnipiac. So how are they going back in time to play this game?
That's I can tell you I have tickets for the championship and it's Saturday the 22nd. So I think that's a misprint. And because I'm looking at their College Hockey Network app, it's saying that
23 on the NCAA website.
Yeah. That it's a typo because I have my tickets say the 22nd.
Yeah, I don't agree with you, Sal. I think Dustin Wolf's going to win. From the writers I'm following, I think a lot of people are going to pick Dustin Wolf to win the Calder. I think whether they make the playoffs or not, I think the fact that they're in it, they're going to make it. Big E says Mishkov would be winning if the Flyers weren't posers. Yeah, but the Flyers traded. They didn't want to make the playoffs. Keith Jones was like, we're not a playoff team, like at the beginning of the year. So they were already like, we're not making the playoffs. And I like what the Flyers gave up. They gave up Scott Lawton, got a first-round pick, and Grabenkin, back check, forecheck, paycheck, baby. That guy's going to fit into Philly like awesome. So, Pearlo, are you losing it? We got you now. You're an American now, Pearlo. So we got to get you into this college hockey, buddy. That's what's important.
I can barely keep up to the NHL. I used to be in the junior when I was young, and I didn't work.
Here's what's great about it. They only play about 30 to 45 games, Mike. Is that the tops?
Yes.
And they basically play Fridays and Saturdays. That's it. And those are light days for the NHL. Like this week, there's one game on Friday. So even with the compressed schedule, yeah. And Big E, are you a Flyers fan? You have to let us know because yes, I liked the Farabee Frost trade for both teams. I thought that was a great deal. And then they flip Kuzmenko to LA, who needed the scoring, and he's been playing on their top power play, so hopefully he can get going. Because boy, he was didn't he have a 40-goal year with Vancouver? Yes, like Avi says, if you have ESPN Plus, which you have, Perlo, don't you have ESPN Plus?
Yeah.
Watch all the hockey, so you can watch most of these college games anyway, dude. Most of them are available for you to watch for no cost. So,
yeah, I know.
It's worth just watching from time to time. What I'll tell you is, Steve, a lot of the games come on before the NHL games. There are some midday games where you're like, oh, okay. So they don't really conflict as much. So, yep, wild win. That's the last game of the night, by the way. We're done with hockey. It's been a rarity that we haven't had late games. So let's, on that note, we talked about all this college hockey because we had Mike on here. Let's jump into tomorrow's 9-game slate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tuesday, the 18th. First game, huge game. I think this is the biggest game on the schedule. Montreal wins this game. They jumped the Rangers. Now, the Rangers have the game against the Flames, so they have to win that game. That's an important game. But again, Montreal 2 games behind the Rangers, but only 1 point. It's 2 games played behind the Rangers. Montreal Senators. Ooh, brutal one, huh? What do you like here? I like the Canadians at plus 110 at home. I think they need to win this game badly. They know how important it is. What do you guys think?
I think that's going to be a tough game.
I'm just taking the Habs because they're plus money, Pearlo.
Yeah, just take the Habs.
Bobby's all over the Habs.
It's a tough
That's
game.
that's that Boston area bias. We're all about Lane Hudson.
Yeah.
Like, you do not have to bet any of these games. I know you're
probably, but I've been a bit of a bush.
Yeah.
I do like the plus 1.5 here. They're at home. I probably should take them straight up, but I'll take the plus 1.5 so I can't get burnt in OT. Again.
Plus 1.5 on the Canadians.
Yes. So when it goes to overtime and they choke, I don't lose.
Okay.
I lost 9 overtimes this weekend.
I know, dude. I know. You're good. I knew as soon as you sent me, I don't have anything for our bets today for my video that you were feeling all the bad beats that you had gotten this weekend. Remember, we did the show together. I remember what they were. Okay. Pearlo, what do you got?
I'm going to take Montreal.
All right. I love it.
I just think Ottawa might take the foot off the gas.
All on the Habs, including Avi. We're all on the Habs. And I forgot Avi. I made Mike a mod years ago, and I love Mike. So, Mike, I love you. I'll just disagree with you about the Rangers. Okay, that being said, the next game, Flames-Rangers, brutal back-to-back for the Flames here. Plus 185. The Rangers have to win this game. Like, to me, this is an important game for the Rangers. I wouldn't bet this game. I don't like the lines. The Habs are not, the Flames. I was hoping the Flames would get like a young guy to come up and kind of give them some scoring. They're just not getting that. That's kind of brutal. So what do you think?
I think under is all I know. I'll take the
under. Okay. I don't have an over-under line. So you guys, if you, Mike, can you touch
5.5, but I don't think
either one. I'll look. I'll see if I can.
Yeah, I'm going to take Rangers 1.5 at home. Minus 1.5.
Minus 1. You think they'll win by more than 2 goals?
I'm looking at the Flames like they just got destroyed tonight. They're coming on a back-to-back, and the Rangers are rested. I'm taking the rested team at home.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Let's see. I might actually have lines for you here. I do have lines. It is 5.5, Pearlo. You are correct. Okay. Islanders, Penguins. There's no favorite in this game. I actually like the Islanders. They've just been playing really good hockey. And so is Pittsburgh. I don't even think Pittsburgh has been all that bad as of late. You'd have to pull up another thing to let you know what their last 10 is, but I actually think
they've won 3 in a row, 4 in a row, something like that.
Yeah, they've won 4 in a row. They're 5-4-1, and the Islanders have won 1 in a row, but they're also 5-4-1. So both teams have been, but the difference is Pittsburgh's minus 48 goal differential on the season. The Islanders are minus 17. They actually, if they just were getting a little bit more depth scoring, I think they would be a better team. And they have a losing record on the road, 14-15-5. That being said, Pittsburgh is 11-18-5 on the road and only 17-13, and basically they have identical home records. So this game being in Pittsburgh, you might give them the edge there. Last change, this, that, and the other. But Sorokin over the goaltending that Pittsburgh has, I don't know.
Hard to not take Jari right now. He's having an out-of-body experience, but
yeah. Second time in the season he's been dropped to the minors and then brought back up, Pearlo.
Yeah, I know. But just all of a sudden, I don't know if he had a nice little Ashawanga trip there or something, Ashawanga trip or something. Had like saw the light, but he looks pretty fantastic. So I'll just go the draw game to me. What do you think?
I take it back. It's Phil Kessel bobblehead night. No, that's Friday. Sorry. I was gonna say it's gonna be the Penguins all day. But that's Friday's game, so we won't touch that.
Really?
That might be the game Friday in the NHL.
Phil
It is.
The bobblehead is the only player that actually is almost like real time. What he actually looks like. He's got a big head, man.
Blue Jackets Penguins is that only game Friday night.
Perhaps have a hockey stick or a hot dog.
That's probably the biggest Blue Jackets game in the history of Blue Jackets, depending on where they're at. Other than their first round sweep of like the best record team in the NHL at the time, the Tampa Bay Lightning. Okay. Next game, Red Wings visit Washington tomorrow. I'll be tuned in because I got to see Ovi get some goals. Now, I wonder if they're going to run Mrazek out again because they have played a lot of Mrazek. Yeah, they played him a lot. This game is over under 6.5. Avi says he likes the Caps. I'm not picking a winner here, but I hope Ovi scores.
Coming off the Western road trip.
Yeah, but they had a couple of days. They had a couple of days.
Yeah. The Capitals then are off to Vegas after this. And they got a couple days before they hit Vegas. Detroit is. Did I say Capitals? I meant to say Detroit. Oh, man.
Detroit just handled
I can't go against. I'm going to pass. I don't do that very often, but I'm going to pass.
I don't blame you. I mean, it's plus 160 for the Red Wings who need to win. If I'm betting, if I had to bet my life on it, I would bet on the Red Wings at plus 160 because they need to win. But you just never know. Like the Capitals have played so good. They've only lost 3 games in a row once this entire season. Yeah. So like they're coming off a pretty nice win against San Jose, who's not even an NHL team at this point. So yeah, really don't put anything up into that. I did not like anything about their game against the Kings. So, and then they pretty much put up a lot of goals against Anaheim too. But I did like that they were not as defensive leaky, but we'll see. Okay, Mike, you're not touching that game either, I'm assuming.
I'm going Caps 1.5. I think they smoke. There's no way Detroit has 2 monster games back to back. I don't see it.
Well, they didn't really have a monster game. They just didn't allow Vegas to score, and they won 3-0, and they got Blues.
There's no way to do that again.
Vegas was like that in that game too.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, they were dog. That was definitely one of those words where like even Bruce, who's the coach for Vegas?
Bruce Cassidy.
Bruce Cassidy was like,
even Cassidy said we were dead tired.
Yeah, like he's just like they're tired. Okay, this is a huge one for the Blues and Nashville. Blues Preds. The Central Division matchup. Blues are not out of this. Darkness likes Nashville. Darkness, you're just being obstinate. The Blues have actually played fairly well. The Blues
are playing really well.
The Blues last 10 games. So the Blues are tied with Vancouver in points, but they have 1 game played over them. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10, and they've won 2 straight. I don't know how you take Nashville here, Darkness. That's just some self-loathing Blues fandom coming out of you. Avi likes the Blues. I'm all over the Blues here. And I don't know why you wouldn't take them. I know they're not the favorite. The over-under in that game is 5.5. What do you guys think?
Pass.
Okay.
St. Louis is not the favorite. What's the price on that?
Minus 115 for the Blues. Minus 105 for the Preds.
That is a freaking...
Well, don't bet the game then. But I like the Blues here.
No, what I'm saying is that's a fishy line. They're just begging you to take St. Louis. I don't know what they know there, but I'm taking St. Louis or nothing. I'm not putting my money.
I think they know Nashville sucks big time, Pearlo.
They should be way bigger favorites than that is what I'm trying to say. Way bigger favorites.
I'm surprised Nashville isn't a plus favorite, but they are at home. So, okay. Here's the 8 o'clock Eastern game, Ducks Stars. over under 5.5, plus 280 on the Ducks. There is absolutely no way the Stars lose this game. I would not bet this game at all, unless you're betting plus 1.5 on the Stars or something. To get that line, plus 280 for the Ducks. Unless you believe the Ducks can put it together.
They just got their. I don't. I think Anaheim is done now. I gave them enough time now. The legs are falling off. Dallas just lost to Colorado.
Plus 1.5. Yeah, honestly, I'm with you, Pearlo. Like, I'm not totally against that, but like, here's what I'll say. Like, okay, so Anaheim lost to the Capitals pretty big, but over the weekend, did they have a game? I don't think they played. So
Anaheim got the crap kicked out of them by St. Louis.
No, what day?
6-1 or 7-2.
7-2. Yeah, it was on yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Sunday. Okay, yes, 7-2. But yeah, because the Blues are a good team and they have to. So darkness, that just destroys you play down to your competition because, Anyway. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Play down. I like Dallas team total over, but that's not so. But that's all you can do.
Yeah,
I'm taking 5.5 for me.
Bounce back game after the Colorado loss. I think they've lost enough. Yeah. They've lost a few now. I think they were in Anaheim. Whatever you want to place the number.
They have to. I mean, they have to. Dallas has to. They got to keep holding court here. Avi says the Stars are sloppy. Yeah, I don't like the Stars back in. They're right side of their whole entire D is not good. They need to get Miro Heiskanen back in a hurry. Now, if they get him back and healthy before the playoffs, watch out now. And then if they get Tyler Seguin, watch out now. But we'll see. Okay. So Duck Stars, you guys all like Dallas. I think everybody's on that. Kraken Blackhawks. This is why do you bet it? By the way, do we have an issue with Connor Bedard? 210. Has he got an attitude problem? What's going on here with Bedard? Like,
was stupid.
He's lying. Yeah, I didn't like the one Chris Rooney gave him. I thought it was Chris Rooney showed his ass on that. I thought Chris Rooney was brutal in the as the Shark. He was the ref for the Sharks Capitals. Ovechkin got tripped. By the way, Ovechkin still has not drawn a minor this year. Not one single minor has he drawn. As one of the best power forwards in the game, 34 goals, has not drawn a penalty. Absolutely atrocious. NHL. Like, just god-awful. It's like, anyway. I don't care about this game. Do you guys want to talk about it?
I'll talk about Bedard. I think he's hating the fact that he's got to learn to lose. I think he really is a competitive dude, and he's angry as hell that he's
not playing two-way, though.
It's starting to weigh on him quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, but so look, Donato leads them in goals with 23. Teravainen leads them in assists in 37. That's unfucking acceptable to me if I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan.
Oh, yeah. He's maturing, right? He's a kid, and he's got to learn how to handle things and all that kind of stuff like that. It's hard when you're put in that position. So, anyways, with that, I'll take Seattle minus 1.5. I think Chicago's giving up the ghost too. So that's what I'll do.
Okay. Mike, you're not touching this. I don't blame you. Okay. Huge game for the Utah Hockey Club in Edmonton, plus 145. Utah has to keep winning games. They are 2 points out of a playoff spot. Same amount of games played as the Vancouver Canucks. Can Utah sneak in? Oh, Avi likes Utah money line.
So do I. So do I.
Okay, we'll see.
I hope they sneak in. I took them before the season to make the playoffs.
Well, it's plus 145 too, so I don't hate it, but we'll see. Again, Edmonton at home, and they have a very easy schedule. They have one of the easiest schedules remaining, Edmonton. So if they play poorly, I don't know if it's both.
Road team. Edmonton's coming back off of that Eastern road trip. I could see them getting surprised here.
Yeah, we'll see. That could be. I don't disagree with that, Pearlo. You're usually really on that. Mike, you got any interest in this game?
I liked Edmonton, but everyone seems to be on Utah, so I'm going to pass. I'm not going to be the mush. I'm not going against the boys.
Yeah, I got you. I didn't pick this game. I love that Pearlo is the guy who actually spends his time and effort and money on gambling. Listen to him, guys, over any of us. Him and Rico tend to be the best. Jets Canucks final game of the night. I mean, very important game for the Jets. I mean, for the Canucks. The Jets don't need this game at all. If I'm the Jets, this is a Comrie game for me. Like you're in Vancouver. Make sure you're giving Hellebuck rest at this point. So yeah, Darkness, you need the Jets to win. I haven't been displeased with the Canucks as of late. I know they lost one, but they're 5-5 in their last 10. They're getting back to it. Canucks been pretty good on the road, just really mediocre at home, 14-13-7 at home. So yeah, plus 130 on the Canucks isn't terrible, but what do you think, Pearlo? This is kind of your wheelhouse.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you the honest truth, I took Seattle yesterday against Winnipeg for the same reason you just said about they don't care about this game, but there's just this internal competitive edge with those players in there. They might start off slow, but they end up just can't helping themselves and trying and taking over games. So I mean, if I were to bet on this, I would agree with you that they shouldn't care about this game and Vancouver should take it. So I'd take it plus 130, but I'm probably just going to lay off.
Yeah, that game on Thursday versus Vancouver is a huge game. Is that the game? 14 games on Thursday. 14. Basically every NHL game. The big ones. Avs Senators, big game. Flames Devils, big game. Rangers Maple Leafs, big game. Flyers Capitals, not a big game. Panthers Blue Jackets, big game. Big game for Blue Jackets. Canadians Islanders, huge game for both those teams. Canucks Blues, huge game. That's, Ducks Preds, no one cares. Lightning Stars, huge game just because those teams could potentially be, Stanley Cup Finals if you believe. Blackhawks Kings, not a big game. Kings need to keep winning. Jets Oilers in Edmonton, that's a significant game. This is why I think you got to see Comrie here, and the Jets need to start Hellebuck there. Charlie, I want to see this. I want to see the Jets go, we're the best team in the West, and we're going to prove it. Because they are, and they have been all year. Sabres Utah is a huge game for Utah. Bruins Golden Knights is a big game Thursday. And then, the last game of the night is Hurricane Sharks. Not really a big game, but Canes probably win that game handily. They're playing really, really well. In fact, I think aren't they the hottest team in the NHL right now? Have they won 10 in a row? They've won 8, or where are they at? They've won 7, 8-2-0 in their last 10. The best record in the NHL the last 10. Besides who's right there? They haven't won 7 in a row, but who's 8-1-1 in their last 10? And they're actually behind Dallas, the Colorado Avalanche. So right now, if the playoffs end, and Colorado's 2 games more played than Dallas, so it looks like Dallas is going to have a home ice regardless. That's how bad Colorado started the year. So, no, Avi, the Caps are I don't know where the Caps are 6-4-1 in their last 10. They've been kind of okay. So, yeah, I mean, they still have the second best differential behind the Jets, plus 185. I think they might have scored the most goals. Yeah, Capitals still have the most scores in the NHL, scored 244. And then the least amount of goals allowed, Winnipeg Jets, plus 81. Again, how did the Jets not win this? 25-5 at home, 22-12 on the road. They look good, man. They look good.
I think if Comrie's in, the Jets win. And I think if Hellebuck's in simply because he's tired or too many miles under the seat.
Will be in. They just played Comrie. I don't think they're.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking we're talking Thursdays, so
that's what I mean. They both were in. I would still play Comrie, but
I don't think.
Yeah,
so.
They need to play Comrie heavy down the stretch, I think, and then give the last 2 starts to help.
Tell Hellebuck that he loses his mind if you do that.
I know, but
I know that's the thing. I agree. They, I don't know. Somebody should be able to talk something into him to say, look, dude, you didn't have a good playoffs last year. Maybe you might want to listen here. take some extra days off.
I mean, isn't that part of being a coach and a GM to prevent a player from hurting themselves? Like,
Yeah, he's just very, 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 very whiny if you don't play him. It's like immaturistic almost, from what I heard. It's crazy. It actually affects the energy in the room. It's that bad.
damn, that's wrong.
Yeah, I know.
I knew it was bad.
J-Rock, what's up? The Jets win this because they are always shockingly turning into pumpkins in the playoff. It's always a what happened question. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, J-Rock. They just have been really good. I get it, but I think this year is different for them. I think their details in the game. Arneal's got those guys playing very well. I know you heard that from Colby this morning too. I know there's been some games. They've come down to earth a little bit in the second half of the season, but they still are playing like unbelievable hockey, man. I mean, they've been a 721 win percentage all year. You're winning 70% of your games. Like, you know, the top 4 teams are Winnipeg, Washington, Dallas, and Carolina, you know, and any one of those teams could be in the conference finals. I wouldn't be shocked. So yeah, Kyle Connor is very elite. That's why USA didn't play him against Canada, Avi. Good job. Good job there, Sully. Good call there. Okay, guys. I think that's the show. Do you have anything? Tomorrow we previewed all the tomorrow games. You know, I don't expect any major news.
No.
So no big injuries. Sucks about Thomas Kluchek. Terrible. 45 years old. Former Czech player, played with the Rangers and the Thrashers. That was awful. So yep, it's going to be crazy. Thursday's bracket is nuts. Yeah, Avi, Thursday's brackets is going to be crazy. Wednesday is an easy one. We only have the 2 games, like you said. So Wednesday will be a short one too. And then we'll be back at it Thursday. And then Friday, Mike and I for the college hockey show right here on the Sports Beard. College hockey, hashtag go Seawolves. If we ever get around to 32. So
it's coming.
So, all right. Appreciate everybody. We had a nice number, 25. Appreciate everybody. Anything you want to talk about? Yeah, Sens Habs is a huge game, Avi. I said that's the biggest game tomorrow, I think. And that's the one I will be tuned into for sure. I mean, I'll be watching the Red Wings Caps because I want to see if Ovi scores, but like the great chase is on. 8 goals to go. Does he do it this year?
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Pearlo, I love you. That's awesome. Steve, is everything going good? How's the wife? How's the family? How's the grandkid coming?
Oh, we're just putting furniture together. Favorite thing to do in the land.
Right.
Besides that,
I'm going to let you get to that.
Yeah, I got to get back
Rico.
to
We
that
missed you.
anyway, so.
We missed you, Rico. You're always missed. The show is so much better with you on it. Your keen eye for hockey, your goal scoring prop expertise. The show is not the same without you. I saw that you were doing a Spaces this weekend, and you talked to our friend Occupancy. How's he doing?
Oh, he was doing pretty good. It was fun talking to him for sure.
Is he working? Did he find a job in Switzerland? Is he?
No, he's here in the United States. He's looking for a job here in the United States. Him and his wife are not apart from each other now. I almost said separated. They're not separated. They're apart from each other. She's going to be working in Europe, and he's looking for a job in the United States because he just couldn't get nothing there in Europe. So he came back.
Well, dude, if he wants to come back on the show, we'll have to let him know. I mean, especially, well, I want to keep it to 4. I think I want to keep it to 4. So not killing him, but like tonight
we could switch out. I would switch out for Occupancy to come back and do a show for sure.
Yeah, just from time to time, maybe we rotate days off or something. We figure something out. We get Occupancy back in the fold. Mike's not with us all the time either. Mike can sometimes make it. He can sometimes not.
Yeah, I'm 50, so that's fine with me.
Yeah. Well, I won't boot you off the show, Mike. Like that's the thing. If we have 4, it's good. Yeah. Peace out, Avi. Thanks so much, man. Look forward to talking to you guys more this week. So everybody have a good one. We will see you tomorrow, same time, 10:10 Eastern. That's working out. Is that working out for everybody? It's working great for me, guys.
Not bad.
Okay.
Right.
So we'll talk about it next season. We'll see if things change up a little bit. Maybe we go early, maybe go 9. I don't know. Maybe go 9 to 10. That's a lot of games on, so that's a little bit complex, but we'll talk about it. We'll see. I love it. I think it's going good. We are at 1,150 subscribers on YouTube. That is awesome. Awesome. I think I'm at 1,200 on TikTok, so that's going good. Hopefully we're going to be live on TikTok here soon. I got to figure out how to do that too. So we'll be doing
close
that.
to 4,000. So don't be afraid to come over there and get me there. I got close to 4,000 subscribers on Twitter.
Yeah. Yep. Hit up Pearlo on Twitter. Let's go. And you could DM him for his picks. And then I think we're going to work on the Patreon where Pearlo's going to do a daily gambling show. Also, you can find Pearlo every Wednesday on the Ice Guys. Ian Cameron, by the way, shout out Ian Cameron made the TNT broadcast.
Yeah, what was that? He made the broadcast.
He was I've made it before too. They put up one of his Twitter things. So yeah, I said something. Singsy's done it too. Our friend Singsy. So good stuff. Anyway, appreciate everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, 10:10 Eastern. Peace.